Right, so as you can see, this is fix 75. I'm going to start from the daily time frame. I'm going to start from the daily time frame. So VIX 75 daily time frame, I'm there now. So if you check from the daily time frame, you can even go to the weekly and the monthly on your MT5. But since trading Europe banner doesn't give us those ones, we just start from the daily. So basically on the daily, this is what I'm seeing. Right. So this trend line was a very key trend line because it was the one which was going to decide are we still going to continue this uptrend that has been happening, or the market is going to break that, of which it eventually managed to break that, which is a good sign. So basically, once an uptrend has been broken like that, we are now in a downtrend. So basically, when you are in a downtrend now, you now need to know that I'm going to focus more on selling opportunities than buying opportunities, because the market will be more volatile on the selling side than on the buying side. So if you check, even after it broke that trend line, it also broke this level of support that was key there. So that level of support was very key, a very, very, very key level of support there. The market managed to break that. When it broke, came to retest the first time, went down, came back to retest, went down as well. So basically, we are now in a downtrend. This area here, let me just mark it here. That area there this is a lower high. This is a lower high there. That was a lower high there that was created. So basically, what the market right now is doing is most probably have created maybe a lower low somewhere there. So basically, the market is now downtrending, as we have seen. So once you've seen that on the daily, you now need to go to the 4-hour time frame so that you identify the opportunities to sell that market. So basically, another thing that you can do on the daily is also to place levels of support and demand, which can help you to be your target areas. For example, if you can see clearly here, I'm going to mark out areas of significance on the market so that we see the areas of support and resistance that are most probably going to be respected by this market. So basically here I'm actually seeing three key areas here. This area was respected, there was respected. This one as well. This one was respected, there was respected there as well. So basically, these are 3 areas that I'm looking at as for levels of support. So basically, I'm now going to 4 hours and seeing what the market is telling us on 4 hours. But basically, we now have the overall picture that we are now in a downtrend. So being in a downtrend, we are always going to be looking for selling opportunities more than buying opportunities, meaning every buying opportunity is not going to be relevant to us since we are now in a downtrend. So basically, if you check on the 4 hour, if you check, price actually gave us some form of a double top there. This is some form of a double top, first top, second top. This is some form of a double top scenario. One can look at it in that way, whereby we have some sort of a double top scenario there. So once you have a double top is always a candlestick or a chart pattern that shows us that we are now going down, as you have seen that we are already going down. So basically now, the other area of significance that the market is approaching right now is this level here. That level there is a key level, because once the market manages to come and break there, definitely it will be going now all the way to our support there that we plotted based on the daily. So basically now what we are simply saying is that is what price is telling us on the 4 hour. That is what price is telling us on the 4 hour time frame. So even that sell that started here, one could have even caught it from that level of resistance that was created there one could have even caught that sell all the way. One could have caught that sell, because the market simply, after coming down like this, went back and pulled back to that level. So basically that was actually clear entry for sell entries. So after those sell entries, we're now looking at this level now as a level of significance, because once it manages to come and break there, we're now looking at this level of support for the market to go there. But basically that is what we are seeing on the VIX 75. So let's just go down to 1 hour and see if there are any trend lines or any other confluences that you can look at as well. So basically now I want you to see how one could have even have caught that trade there. So there are so many ways to catch all those entries to make sure that you don't miss it out. For example, there one could have placed a trend line like that. One could have placed a trend line like that on their 1 hour time frame, having a trend line like that, touch like that. The market broke out, then came back inside. One could have even started selling this market inside the trend line there, very clearly like that. So basically that is what one could have actually done, take advantage of that opportunity. So basically right now we're still within our channel there. This is the channel that we are looking at. We are still within this channel. So basically now I want to see what the market is going to do at that level of support. Whatever reaction is going to give us there will determine whether we're going to sell there or not. So basically once this price comes and breaks, let's say that support and even that trend line there at the bottom, we can definitely continue selling our VIX 75 just like that. So basically this is what we are looking at. This is what we are looking at. This is what we are looking at on our VIX 75. This is what we are looking at. So basically if you check price, it's actually been giving us a series of lower highs and lower lows, lower highs and lower lows. So basically we are saying that's a lower high there, a lower high there, that's a lower high there, there's a lower low there, that's a lower low, this is also a lower high. So basically price, the potential of price coming to break this recent low to make a lower low somewhere there, it's high before it even continues or even breaks that trend line. So long it breaks our trend line, we continue selling and also look for our targets down at the bottom there. So basically that is what we are seeing on VIX 75. Nothing much to talk about there. Then let's move on to the most common crash 500. So crash 500, it's actually an interesting pair, a very interesting pair, of which I think I'd spoken a lot about it. I'd spoken a lot about crash 500. So crash 500, basically we had a daily support that I had drawn already. With a daily support, this area here, it was a daily support that we had drawn, right? So after drawing that daily support, we now went to the 4-hour time frame and realized that we have a channel that price has been following. Once that channel is broken, definitely we're going to start having buying opportunities. For example, this was the channel there. This was the channel that price has been following, the downtrend channel that price has been following. And then here it managed to break that channel. Then all these candles, they came back to retest. So basically the buys right now, crash 500, it's in an uptrend. We are in an uptrend on the crash 500. So basically buys was supposed to start it there, or we're supposed to start it there. So basically now we now have this level of resistance that price is at right now. So basically when you're in an uptrend, market must be forming higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and higher lows. So basically that is what we are looking at in crash 500. Once price breaks that, just like what it has done, that is where one can even enter more buys and look for targets just above there. So basically this is it, this is the channel. So if you check price right now, it's already above our level of, it broke the first time, it came back in, broke the second time. So basically now price is on top of our support there, which was a resistance before, but now it's a support. So basically right now, even now, price is actually very much buyable. Price is actually very much buyable. So even if you look at it in this way, whereby we have point A and point B, point A there, point A being this area there, that Fibonacci area there, this is your point A and point B, price came back and bounced on the 50% level. So once price comes and breaks our 0% level, definitely we can add more buys all the way to -27 and -61 as your TP2 there. So basically that is what we are seeing on our crash 500. So one can even hold this trade for quite a long, since we are now in an uptrend, one can even swing trade this crash 500. One can even swing trade it based on this new channel that we are having. One can even swing trade the crash 500. So basically we have this new channel that we are seeing that price seems to be following. So basically we are saying once price comes and breaks that channel, once price comes and breaks that channel, we take more buys all the way to the upside using the levels of major resistance that we have established. Or if it comes down here, you can even take buys somewhere here and go up with it as well. So basically there are two scenarios whereby you can wait for this break as well to enter more buys, or wait for price to come back down there, then enter buys from there as well. Then you continue riding it like that. So basically this is what we are seeing in crash 500. So let's move on to Boom 1000. Boom 1000, it's also an interesting pair due to the nature of its volatility. Due to the nature of its volatility, if you check already, I had the channel there, price was following that channel, block channel, then all the way. That was a very clear sell entry for Boom 1000. But let's just go back to the daily and see what price is telling us there. Let's see what price is telling us. So on the daily, I'm just going to remove all my drawings. On the daily, if you check price, what it has been doing, with this impulse move to the upside, then price began to correct itself, kind of coming down. So if you check now, we have a very interesting pattern that Boom 1000 seems to have been following. If you check after this impulse move that happened there, price went down, came back up a bit, then went down, right? Then we had this impulse move again, price went down, came back up a bit, just like what it did previously, but didn't go to the same high there, wait. So basically now the probability of price coming all the way down there is also high now, because I'm just looking at this pattern that it has been following. The first pattern being this one, the second pattern being that one. So if you look at it in that way, you can actually see what I'm talking about, whereby price went there, came back down, didn't go to the same high there, went up, came down, didn't go to the same high as well. So basically, that is also another way that one can look at. But let me just remove everything. I just remove all the drawings so that you see what price is kind of telling us now. So now, right now, if you check right now, we have some kind of we can actually place some trend lines there on the daily just to see where price can actually reach to when it starts selling. So basically that is a bottom trend line that so right now that is the structure that we're having for Boom 1000 if according to the daily time frame. And also you can see that after that impulse move, price began to kind of play around going to the downside. So let's go to the 4-hour and also see what structure we might be having there. So on the 4-hour, let's see the structures that we might be having. So on the 4-hour, as you can see, we had our trend line there. With our trend line there that was being followed, that bottom trend line and that top trend line that we're also having. So basically, those are very two key trend lines, because what price is going to do after it breaks this channel will determine a lot of things. So basically, after this impulse move, price began to play around in this channel. So basically, price is still playing around in this channel. Chances of price, let's say, coming to break the channel like that and go all the way to the upside and make a third touch there at the top, it's also there. But basically, we now need an entry point to clarify all of that. So basically, now if you check from where it bounced to there, I'm just going to place my fib and see how far price can go. So basically, I have my point A and my point B on the fib there. So my point A and point B on the 4-hour, if you check my point A and my point B, price is respecting the 61.8 level. So price is respecting the 61.8 level. You realize that we also have a level of some kind of sensitivity where price is actually at right now. We kind of have some form of sensitivity where price is at right now. Let me just place the trend line so that you can see what I'm talking about. So that is the sensitivity that I'm talking about. So that is the sensitivity. If you check price bounce after breaking, came back to retest, came back to retest. So that is a very key area there. This price is actually has to close above here for it to continue going up. So boom 1000, we expect for it to continue, for us to start buying or to enter those buys, we start entering our buys above this level of resistance. Once price breaks this resistance, we can start buying there. That is our TP1, our TP2. Then once it breaks that channel, once it breaks this trend line, we are looking at that major trend line there as a major level of TP as well. So basically, what price is going to do here on that area, they will determine whether we're going to buy now or we're going to wait. So basically, we're just going to wait and see if price is going to successfully manage to close above that level of resistance. That is for us to buy. But let's say price fails to do that and now continues going down now. When it continues going down now, there we can possibly, if it continues going down, comes and breaks that trend line, we can enter some sales on this area here and see how far we can take those sales. But basically right now, our bias is still mostly on the bullish side of things. So basically, let's see what price is going to do at that level of resistance. Then we can make a decision based on that. So moving on now to, let's move on now to boom 300. Boom 300. So boom 300 is also another instrument that is also very good to trade, which is because it's also a new synthetic index that was added to the crew. So if you check now our boom 300, we had this major push to the upside. We had this major push to the upside. As price was going up very much in an uptrend. So if you check after this uptrend that happened, price broke out of that uptrend. Like as you can see, price came, broke out, retested. So basically right now the chances of boom 300 being in a downtrend right now are high because it broke this. So if you check our boom 300, as I have been saying, it broke this major uptrend. So right now it's now in a downtrend. As you can see that we have a series of lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, and lower lows, lower lows. So right now price, the probability of it coming to break this low and form a new low here is also high. So basically let's also place another trend line there at the bottom and see where price can possibly come to at the bottom there. So that is my lower trend line. That is my lower trend line. I'm just going to connect the lows like that, right? Just like this. I'm just going to connect my lows like that. So right now, as I'm seeing boom 300, as I'm seeing boom 300, where this trend line there, if you check this trend line here at the top, that was the first touch there. First touch there at the top, second touch there. Then here on third touch, price actually was trying to break there, but it eventually failed. Price actually tried to break out, failed, breakout, failed. So basically right now we are now inside that, trend line. So basically being inside that trend line, we're still in a downtrend. We are still in a downtrend, as you can see, if you could check here. So basically right now, that was a mini uptrend that happened whereby price formed high highs, high lows, high highs, high lows, high highs. But we are in a downtrend, as you can see. So basically, as it broke that level there, most probably it can come and retest this broken level there. It broke that level. Let's see if ever it's coming now to retest that level. So once price comes to retest that level, basically we can still add more sales. We can sell our boom 300 there. Obviously our TP, our first TP will be looking at the recent low that price is created, which is this one, which is the lower, that's a lower high there, this is a lower low. So basically that lower low is going to determine a lot of things as well. So once price manages to break this lower low, we know that is going to create a new lower low. So basically once price breaks here, someone can even add more sales as well. So once price breaks there, one can even add more sales on their boom 300. One can even add more sales there and go all the way. So after adding sales there, your target, you're looking at that bottom trend line there, because once it price reaches there, it can even start going up, then continue going down as well. So basically on boom 300, that is what we are seeing from the major perspective. That is the major perspective that we are looking at, which is our daily time frame, because it gives us the overall picture of whatever it's happening on our boom 300. So basically this is the structure that we are still having. This is the structure that we are still having. This is the structure that we are also still having on the 4-hour. This is the structure that we are still having. That is the structure that price is still obeying. Right. So this structure is, as I show you right now, that double bottom structure that you're kind of seeing right now, it might just be price wanting to come back and retest that broken level, as I showed you on the daily. So basically this level is a key level, a very key level, this one, because price, you can just come and retest here. So whatever is going to happen here will determine whether we're going to take ourselves there and continue riding the trend all the way to the downside. But if you check, we are still in a downtrend. We are still in a downtrend. Overall, we're in a downtrend. Here you can also see price was forming lower highs, lower lows, low highs, lower low. That's a lower high as well. So basically we actually need to see what is going to happen on that lower high there as well, because what is going to happen there on that lower high can also determine the kind of trades that we're going to take right now at this particular moment in time. So basically that is a lower high. I'm going to mark that lower high as well. So let's see even the reaction of price there, because once price fails to close above there, it can even continue and go and give us lower lows after it breaks that recent low that I showed you. So basically, that is what we are seeing on the boom 300. So boom 300, basically, we are in a major downtrend. We're in a major downtrend. So if you check right now, price is even respecting that level, that lower low that we saw on the 4 hour. And it's even showing us some momentum here on the 1 hour, showing us some momentum here on the 1 hour to go down. So basically, if you check what I'm telling you, I'm simply saying that's a lower low, lower high, a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. That's a lower low. Then that one, that level there where it is right now, it's a lower high. So basically, price is back on a lower high. So the most probable thing to happen is for price to respect that level and come and give us a lower low somewhere there, or and respect it, go up, or even break it and continue going lower. So right now, that is what we are seeing on 300. One could be asking us to say, is it possible for this thing to continue selling? Definitely it's possible. Definitely it's possible. If you go and check your boom 300, you actually realize that this kind of markets, they can actually continue to sell for quite a very long time. So basically right now, it's actually a very good, beautiful opportunity for selling opportunities, because we have quite a number of confluences. The major trend is downtrending. The major trend is downtrending. Let me also add our 50 EMA. So our 50 EMA, if you check on the 4 hour, our 50 EMA is at the top there, signifying that we are simply in a downtrend. So basically, the area where price is right now is actually a very good area. Actually a very good area. Let me just go to 15-minute, which is our entry time frame, and see what price is telling us. So if you check on the 15-minute, we already have some further confirmations where price, if you check, it gave us, this is a bearish engulfing pattern. That is a bearish engulfing pattern, or one can also look at it in another way, whereby we have a double top scenario there. So a double top scenario, we expect price to come and break that neckline and continue going all the way to the downside. So basically, right now, it's actually a very beautiful selling opportunity for the boom 300. So it's very possible for this market to actually continue selling for quite a long time. Very, very possible. Let me just show you the boom 500 chart, which is also, they are in the same category. They are in the same category. I just want to show you the chart so that you see that it's very possible for this market to sell for a long period of time. So if you check the boom 500, this is the boom 500. All this entire time it was downtrending. So the same thing with the boom 300. It can even continue being on that downtrending streak for a long time. So basically, there's nothing mysterious about it being on a downtrend, but it just need to be always following the trend, always following where the trend is going. So let me just see if we can also analyze our boom 300, our boom 500, our boom 500, so that we can see some of the opportunities that we can harness on it. So if you check boom 500, as I shown you that we have been in a major, price has been in a major downtrend. Price has been in a major downtrend. And if you check that downtrend, it was actually initially broken here. It was initially broken there. So after having broken there, after price having broken the downtrend there, you realize that price now began to be on an uptrend as it began to form higher highs and higher lows. So basically, where are the higher highs and higher lows? If you check, this is the daily time frame that I'm looking at. Where are the higher highs and higher lows? Right. So if you check here, price broke structure here, which was the recent, this was a lower high. That was a lower high that was broken here. Price broke that lower high, made a higher high, higher low, higher high. Most probably price can come back to this level and give us a a higher low there as well, then continue all the way. So whatever is going to happen here in that trend line that I've just drawn can also determine whether we're going to add more buys. After it breaks here, we simply are going to add more buys and scale in all the way to the top, just like that. So basically, boom 500, we are in an uptrend. Boom 500, we are in an uptrend. This is actually a more for people who are afraid of catching ticks. Boom 500 is the most safest thing that you can look at right now. For people who are afraid to catch ticks, like for example, right now, boom 300, it's all ticks. Boom, crash 500, it's all ticks since we're in an uptrend. What else? So basically, for people who are scared of ticks, people who are afraid of following the trend, because the trend is the most important thing. If you're afraid of following the trend and you're just used to one side of the trend, you can take advantage of your boom 500 right now, which is in an uptrend already, and identify the buying opportunities based on confirmations. Obviously, based on confirmations, you just identify buying opportunities. So these levels that I've just marked, those are also very significant levels for someone to take their profit on boom 500. So basically, that is what I'm seeing on boom 500. That is what I'm seeing on boom 500. So let me just put my fib so that you see point A there, point B here, right? That is why I say the chances of price coming to retest this level is high, because it's actually a 0% fib level. It's actually a 0% fib level. And once broken like this, prices to come back and retest it, then continue going all the way. So basically, we are marking this area there as a very key area. That's a very key area, because price is most probably going to give us more buying opportunities at that zone there. So we are looking forward to those buying opportunities. We are looking forward to those buying opportunities on boom 500 on that 0% fib level there. So this is my point A. My point B, price came back and respected the 50% fib level. As you can see, price respected the 50% fib level and went all the way up and made a higher high there. So basically, I'm expecting price right now. I'm expecting price to come a little lower, respect my 0%, and continue going all the way to the upside. So that is what I'm currently seeing on my boom 500. So basically, I'm simply going to take buys. I'm simply going to be taking buys only on the boom 500. So basically, I'm expecting price to come lower, then continue going up. Come lower, then continue going up. So let's just go to 1 hour time frame or 30 minutes so that you can even see. You can even see some form of breakouts. So the breakouts that you'll see on smaller time frames, it's simply price. It will be simply price simply trying to come back to the 0% level on the higher time frame. So it's not. So as I was saying, that is what I'm expecting on the boom 500. I'm expecting price to come back and respect the 0% level, then continue going all the way up. So if you check what I'm saying, you can even go to a lower time frame. On a lower time frame, you can even see some form of breakouts. As so those breakouts that you're going to see on smaller time frames, it's simply price trying to come back and retest that 0% fib level on a higher time frame. So don't even think that those breakouts that you are going to see on a smaller time frames, don't even think that there may be a change of trend now. Price on a higher scale, as you can see, price is simply trying to come back and retest the 0% fib level. Once price comes to the 0% fib level, definitely we strike more buys there. Then we go all the way to the upside, just as you are seeing right there. So basically, boom 500 is a beautiful opportunity for buys right now. Boom 500, very beautiful opportunity for buys. Boom 1000, also a very beautiful opportunity for buys, as you are seeing, as we spoke of that significant resistance right now. Once price manages to break and close on top of that resistance, definitely we can take some buy entries and go and see what price is going to also do at that level. So once it breaks there at the top there, definitely we'll take more buys all the way to the top trend line. So whatever price is going to do on this current resistance here will determine a lot of things as well on our boom 1000. So that is what we are seeing on our synthetic indices. That is what we are seeing on our synthetic indices. Same as Crash 500. Once it manages to break that current resistance where it is, simply more buying opportunities, simply more buying opportunities in the channel that we showed you on the smaller time frames as well. So basically, that is what we are seeing on our synthetic indices. So that is it, guys. That is it for VIX 75. That is it for Boom 300. That is it for Boom 500. That is it for Boom 1000. So basically, this is our Boom 300. So whatever is happening here, as I shown you that Boom 300, we're in a major downtrend. Being in a major downtrend like that, we actually need to be focusing more on selling opportunities than buying opportunities. So whatever is going to happen, for example, right now we're at a level of resistance. We expect price to respect that level of resistance there. Once it respects there and it actually comes below our 50 EMA, once price comes below our 50 EMA, that is actually a more safer zone to sell, or it's simply further confirmations to continue selling that particular instrument. So basically, guys, that is what we are seeing on our Boom 300, Boom 500, Boom 1000, Crash 500, and the VIX, and the VIX 75, VIX 75. So if you check now on the smaller time frame, it price still has a level of support that it's respecting. So for someone who might want to enter, wait for price to come and break below this level of support. Once price breaks below that level of support, that is actually a very beautiful selling opportunity. That is if price comes and breaks below that level of support there. Once price comes and breaks below there, you can even take some sales. You can even take your sales, and that area there at the bottom can be your TP1, then TP2s, TP3. You also now look at the areas that we marked on the high time frames. So basically, right now, wait for price to break that level of support that you're seeing on the 30-minute time frame. Because many people, they can actually be trapped in that consolidation and actually lose money there. So basically, wait for price to give us a reaction there and close below the support to continue selling. If it breaks that level of resistance, we are also looking at that top level there to get our sell entries. So basically, we are still looking at the sell entries since we are in an overall major downtrend. So that is what we are seeing, guys, on our VIX 75, Boom 300, Boom 500, Boom 1000, and Crash 500. So that is it, guys. That is it. So as you can see, this is our VIX. Our VIX, we spoke about it being in a major downtrend. We spoke about it being in a major downtrend, and being in a major downtrend, we are looking more at selling opportunities. We're looking more for selling opportunities than buying opportunities. Looking more forward to selling opportunities than buying opportunities. So here on 30-minute, one can even place a fib. One can even place a fib to see what price is doing. For example, that is my point A there, my point B here. Price came and respected the 50% level. So basically there, that area, one could have also gotten some sell entries if ever they missed this sell entry here where price came back inside our trend line. If ever you missed that sell there where price came back inside our trend line, you simply were supposed to also catch the retracement that the fib gave us which happened on the 50% there. So right now, so long price closes below our 0%, we are simply also going to continue selling again and see what price will do at the negative 61.8, which is also a significant area, right now on the market, which is also a significant area on the market. So basically what price will do there will also determine whether we're still going to continue selling or we are simply going to close our sales and wait for price to break out of that major channel that it has been following. So guys, this is basically what we are seeing on our VIX. This is basically what we are seeing on our VIX 75, on our crash 3, on our crash 500, on our boom 300, boom 1000, and boom 500. So we hope you all understand and you're actually going to take advantage of those opportunities. So just a quick rundown. This is what we are seeing on VIX 75. Let me just go to crash 500. Crash 500, we said we're in a major uptrend, but we simply have to wait for price to come to certain areas for us to actually scale in of that uptrend. So we are saying price, you can come and wait for price to come down there. You can even buy there because your price is still below this level of resistance. You can wait for price to come there, or you can wait for price to come and break that 0% fib level for you to continue buying. Then we also spoke of boom 300. Boom 300, we spoke of it being in a major downtrend. Being in a major downtrend, you need to be focusing on selling opportunities, of which I marked the level of support that once price breaks that one, we take our sales all the way down, 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 down. You can even take all the way to that bottom area there. That is for boom 300. 500, we spoke about it being in an uptrend now. We have been in a major downtrend for quite a long time, and that that downtrend has been broken, as you saw, as we mentioned, and we're now in an uptrend, and I gave you some entry points to actually scale into that buy or scale into that buying momentum that boom 500 is currently moving in. So basically I gave you to say that so long price comes back and retest our 0% fib level, we're simply going to add more buys there on that area there. So that is where we are simply going to add buys there. So if you check even the potential of price coming back to that, it's high because this was also another trend line that one could have looked at. Price broke out, retested. So basically for someone who might want to scalp this boom 500, they can even scalp some sales. They can even scalp some sales and wait for this swing buy that we're expecting, since we are now in an uptrend. That is a swing buy that we'll be expecting there at the 0% fib level. So guys, this is what we are seeing. This is what we are seeing on our instruments. We hope you don't miss any of these opportunities.